Good morning, children. Welcome to our channel BRC Maths Academy, the channel to learn the basics. Today in this channel, we are going to learn about the first chapter, real numbers of 9th class. Okay, let us see the basics of the chapter. See, in your lower classes, you have already familiar with the number system, namely N, W, Z and Q. N stands for natural numbers. Natural numbers are also called as counting numbers. The numbers which starts from 1 are called natural numbers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, so on up to infinity are called natural numbers. So why these are called counting numbers means to count any objects we will start from 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 like that we will count. So these numbers are also called as counting numbers. This is the first type of numbers we have already discussed in our previous classes. Now coming to the second type, W. W stands for the whole numbers. Whole numbers represented by the letter W. How we will get this set? For the natural numbers, add 0 before the starting of the set. Means from 0, if you are taking 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, then the set of numbers we will call them as whole numbers. So what is the difference here? The smallest number is here 1, and there are infinity number of natural numbers will be there. These are up to infinity. And here also the smallest number is 0, and these values continues up to infinity. Next coming to third one, Z. Z stands for the integers. Integers denoted by Z, or you can represent them with I. How will be the numbers? These are whole numbers, no? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. So on the left hand side, let us consider some negative values serially like this, -1, -2, so on up to infinity on the left hand side. So the numbers which contains positive values and negative values along with 0, these are positive numbers, positive integers we will call them as. These are negative integers. So what we can say, Z represents the set of integers which contains positive numbers and negative numbers along with 0. 0 is neither positive nor negative, means for 0 we should not keep any plus sign or minus sign. Okay, it won't contain any sign, right? Now coming to next one is Q. Q stands for the rational numbers. Do you know, children, you have already learned in the previous classes or in your lower classes about fractions. Fractions, how you will get like 2 by 3, 5 by 7 like that, no? These are called fractions. So here Q represents for rational numbers. Rational numbers. Represented by Q. And from which number they starts, we can't able to say. Why? Because infinity number of rational numbers will be there between any two positive numbers. So, or if you take the definition, you will be doing like this. The numbers which can be written the numbers which can be written in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0. So such numbers we will call them as rational numbers. If you take 2 by 3, this is in the form of P by Q. P is 2 and Q is 3. 5 by 7, P is 5 and Q is 7. The only one condition, the denominator should not contain 0. What happens if 0 is there in the denominator? Suppose I am taking 2 by 0. If I write 2 by 0, it will be equal to infinity, means it is undefined. It is not defined. So we should not take any 0 in the place of the denominator in the formation of any P by Q form. For example, if you consider, you can take minus 2 by 3 as example, 5 by 7 as example, 6 by 9 also. Even 0 you can write as 0 by 1. 5 you can write it as 5 by 1. So any numbers which can be in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0, are called rational numbers. See children, you are seeing that all natural numbers are there in the set of whole numbers, and all whole numbers are there in the set of integers, and all integers are there in the set of rational numbers. If you observe clearly, natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, all we can write in the form of P by Q. All can be represented in the form of P by Q. So these are about rational numbers. So the first left hand side set is the group of rational numbers. Now coming to the other set, Q dash represented by Q dash or S. These are called irrational numbers. Okay, irrational. Irrational numbers which are represented by Q dash or S. Irrational. So what is the difference of irrational numbers means? So after the set of rational numbers, let us consider another set which is called as irrational numbers. Irrational numbers are represented by Q dash or the symbol is S. So how can we define irrational numbers means rational numbers can be represented by P by Q and irrational numbers cannot be represented in the form of P by Q. So let us write like this: irrational represented with Q dash or S. So how can we define them? The numbers which cannot be in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0. If you observe some numbers like root 2 value, if you consider 1.414 so on, like that it continues. Root 3 1.732 so on it continues. Root 5 2.236 like that it continues. And if you take pi value is 3.14 so on it continues. So all these numbers which are continuing like this, which we cannot be written in the form of p by q. Why? The division is still continuing, so these such numbers we cannot be written in the form of p by q. So those numbers which cannot be written in the form of p by q are called irrational numbers, represented by q dash or s. Now what about our chapter name real numbers? Means the set of numbers which contains both rational and irrational, both rational and irrational, means rational numbers q and irrational numbers q dash. The union of these two is the set of real numbers. Means real numbers are nothing but it includes both rational numbers and irrational numbers, and in particular rational numbers it includes natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, like that. Okay, so this is about the introduction of the real numbers. Okay, so let us see some examples based on this. Now let us see what is meant by equivalent rational numbers. Equivalent rational numbers. See children, I am taking one rational number 1 by 2. Can I write it as 2 by 4? Yes. Why? Because if you simplify by cutting with 2, 2 ones are 2 twos are, means again we are getting the same fraction or the same rational number 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 we also can be written as 2 by 4 or 3 by 6 or 4 by 8, like this, or 50 by 100, like that. We can write as infinity type of types here to represent a rational number. So that only we are saying infinity number of rational numbers will be presenting between any two positive numbers, and the representation also here like this. So any rational number, if you are representing as many types forms like this, these are called equivalent rational numbers. Equivalent means this is 100% equal to this one, and all are equal to the given one 1 by 2. Okay, by this what we can conclude, any rational number is do not contain any unique representation. Means we cannot say this is only the representation of p by q, where p, q are integers and q is not equal to 0 until unless p and q are not having the common factors other than the universal factor 1. See, if you cut any one, 2 ones are 2 twos are, 3 ones are 3 twos are, 4 ones are 4 twos are, 50 ones are 50 twos are. If you see, we have represented in different ways, but even though after simplifying every fraction we are equaling to 1 by 2. So by that what we can say, if they should not contain any common factor, means see, if you take 3 by 6, we are writing this as 3 into 1, this you can write into 3 into 2. So you are seeing that we are having common factor. So such common factor should not have here for any unique representation. Okay, so whenever we don't have any common factor like this, then only such type of rational numbers can be represent on the number line. So to represent on any number line, suppose I am taking 6 by 8. To represent this fraction or the rational number on number line, it must be simplified first. Simplified means the common factor must be removed, like 2 into 3, 2 into 4. Means 3 by 4 is the rational number after removing the common factor. Here we have only universal factor 1 for both of these numerator and denominator. Okay, then only such formation we can represent on the number line. How can you represent this 3 by 4 pictorially? You know it very well. Actually 4 parts are there. Out of 4 parts we are taking 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 parts we have taken. This represents 3 by 4. Total number of parts are 4 and 3 are shaded. 3 we have taken. So this is the pictorial representation. Pictorial. Now this, how can you represent on the number line? See the number line, 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. On the left hand side, you can take -1, -2, like that also it continues. Now as he gave 3 by 4 means in the denominator we have 4, means 1 unit from 0. From 0 up to here 1 unit. This is 1 unit. This 1 unit we have to divide into 4 parts. Divide into 4 parts. 4 parts means from here 1, 2, 3, 4 parts are there. And now each part you have to divide by 4 here. Means this you can represent like 0 by 4, 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 3 by 4, 4 by 4. 4 by 4 is nothing but 1. 0 by 4 is nothing but 0. So as we have to represent 3 by 4 here on the number line, so we will get the point here for 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 representation will be on the number line like this. So this is the formation of the number line. Clear? Now let us see one example problem. Represent -5 by 3 and +5 by 3 on number line. So such type of problems you have learned already in 8th class. So what we have to do? First of all, we have to draw one number line like this. 0 on the positive side, 1, 2, 3, so on like this. On the negative side, -1, -2, -3. So we have to take integers like -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, so on, where we have taken here on number line. So this is the process, first step. And afterwards what we have to, the second step means each unit, see from here to here 1 unit, from here to here 1 unit, here to here 1 unit, means on the negative side and positive side each unit you have to divide into 3 parts. Why? Because here we are having the denominator as 3. So we have to divide 3 parts. Each unit must be divided into 3 parts. See, from 0 to 1 I am dividing it into 3 parts. 1, 2, 3 parts. Now each part will be divided by 3 parts. 3 parts means here this can be represented by 0 by 3, and this will be 1 by 3, this 2 by 3, this is 3 by 3. 3 by 3 is nothing but again 1. 0 by 3 is nothing but 0. Okay, and this also you have to still continue. 1, 2, 3 parts. 3 by 3 completed now. Now 4 by 3, 5 by 3, 6 by 3. 6 by 3 means 3 2s are 6 means again you will be getting 2. It will be equal to 2. Like that it will be continued till we will get the positive number what is given in the given question, plus 5 by 3. Plus 5 by 3 already we have got here. So up to that we have to extend the line, extend the step. Now on the left hand side again we have minus 5 by 3. Minus 5 by 3 means same way on the left hand side we have to take 3 parts for each unit. See, this represents 0 by 3, okay, minus 1 by 3, here this is minus 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, minus 3 by 3, minus 3 by 3 is nothing but minus 1, 0 by 3 is nothing but 0, and again here 3 parts means 1, 2, 3. 3 means minus 3 by 3 completed now. Minus 4 by 3, minus 5 by 3, minus 6 by 3. Minus 6 by 3 is nothing but minus 2. Like that it will be continued till it covers the given negative value side minus 5 by 3. Where minus 5 by 3 we are having? So we are having here minus 5 by 3 means here it is exactly on the left hand side the fifth part. See, from here if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth part. Similarly on the right hand side also you take the fifth part. Fifth part means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this represents plus 5 by 3 on the right hand side, and on the left hand side this represents minus 5 by 3. So this is the way how to draw on the number line. So what we have to do once again, so from one unit, each unit we have to divide into as many parts as we have the denominator here. If we have 4, you have to divide into 4 parts here. If you have 5, you have to divide from 0 to 1 5 parts, and each part will be represented in this way till we will get the positive given number on the right hand side, as well as the negative value on the left hand side. Then represent like a point thickly like this, and here also like this. It ends the problem. Is it clear, children? So with this we have completed the first video. If you have any doubts, you give your suggestions in the comment box. Okay, thank you, children.